Hi, my name is Melissa Daniels and I have strabismus. Strabismus is when your eyes do not point in the same direction. And I have had 4 different strabismus surgeries, 3 when I was a kid and 1 as an adult, along with a lot of vision therapy to help my eyes become straight and working together. In this video, I want to help those of you who are having surgery yourself or who have a child who's having surgery get ready for surgery and be prepared for those 24 hours after surgery where things can be a little rough. If you want to know more about what I do and how I've combined vision therapy and surgery for ultimate success, go over to learn.strabismussolutions.com for a lot of free resources. Okay, so let's get started on how to prepare for this event. I have a lot of videos about my strabismus surgeries and the recovery process over about 3-month period, but today I just want to focus on those first 24 hours. So the most important things that you can have are going to be things that are going to help you feel more comfortable. So I'm going to give you 10 different things that I had that made a huge difference. So first, you've got to have ice packs. There are so many different kinds of ice packs out there. My favorite were actually the ones that I got at the surgery center. It was a felt type of mask that went over both eyes and actually velcroed around my head. So I would definitely ask for that while you're there. Those you just fill with regular ice, and it was the most comfortable and it just really helped a lot with the pain. Ice did more for me than any painkiller. So that was my favorite. If that's not an option, there's a lot of different ice packs that you can buy. I can link some of my favorites in the description. It's not going to matter too much. I do like the ones that aren't plastic. The plastic just like was too cold and it stuck a little bit more. So there's some that maybe have like a more soft outer layer. Those ones are more comfortable. And then a cooler is your second item, because you can put all the ice packs in the cooler depending on how long your drive is. I had to drive 3.5 hours to get home from my surgery, so it was a big day. If you're only going like 20 or 30 minutes, you're probably not going to need the cooler. But you know, you have to sit through that whole surgery, and so you've got to keep those ice packs cold so that you can have them on the way home. So if you have a little like lunchbox cooler where you can throw some ice packs, maybe ice to restock the one that they give you, that will really be amazing. It definitely was used the whole way home, because every 30 minutes I would change out for a new ice pack because it was so much of a relief to have ice packs on the way home. Another thing that was really helpful was to have sunglasses. I ended up using the ice packs for the most part, but sometimes I just needed a break from the ice packs. And so it was way too bright, even with my eyes closed, to have, to just have my eyes be like subjected to the sunlight, I guess. So sunglasses, you're gonna want sunglasses for sure for even like the first week. You'll want some sunglasses because the light creates so much sensitivity. I remember when I was 7 years old and had this surgery, that's the only thing I remember about the surgery. Is just how much the light hurt. I remember staying in the basement and we like put blankets up in all the windows, and I wore sunglasses because the light was so irritating to me. But as long as the lights were out, I was fine. I just kind of lived in the dark for about 3 or 4 days when I was little. And same as an adult, it was definitely all the blinds were closed. And when I had to go out into the living room where the lights were on, I would put on sunglasses. So definitely have good sunglasses. Some other things that you'll want if you have a long drive like I did: a pillow and a blanket for the car. All you're going to want to do is sleep, right? You're waking up from this anesthesia, you don't feel good, your eyes hurt. Closing them makes them feel better, so you end up sleeping a lot. So if you have a big drive, definitely like make the car ride as comfortable as possible with a good pillow and blanket. Don't skimp on that. Next, in the car, and at your bedside table, but you know, this first 24 hours, your eyes are going to be having a lot of discharge, or your child's eyes. And so having a lot of fresh Kleenex. I like Kleenex because I feel like it's more sanitary. If I'm like using a washcloth or something, I'm worried about getting some sort of infection into my eyes. So I just like having a fresh Kleenex every single time to dab the goop that's coming out of the eyes. So having making sure you have plenty of nice soft Kleenex is going to make a really big difference for that. And to go with that, your eyes are really going to be, I'm not coming up with the word, but infection is likely. You're all thinking of the word for me right now, I'm sure. Because your eyes have been cut into, there's nothing, you can't like cover it with a Band-Aid. Infection is really going to be more likely to happen during this time. And so you want to make sure that anytime you're touching your eyes and anything you touch your eyes with, you are cleaning. So you want to wash your hands a ton. I like to just have hand sanitizer. I don't love hand sanitizer because it dries out my hands, but for this, I made an exception. Every time I went to grab a tissue to dab my eyes, hand sanitizer, dab the eyes, and I never got any eye infections. So this method works if you want to be really anal about things. Same within the car, I had like a travel size sanitizer so that as I was dabbing my eyes or touching things, I could sanitize my hands first and keep my eyes really, really clean of any sort of like infection. This is something that usually your surgeon is going to tell you, but just in case they don't, you will want your prescription eyeglasses, but without the prism. A lot of times with strabismus, you have a prescription for myopia or hypertropia or something like that, and you have a prescription with a prism that helps with the eye turn. And so once you get the surgery, your eye turn is going to be very different. And so hopefully, right, that ideally your eye turn will be very different after surgery. So you want to make sure you get a pair of glasses ordered with no prism in them at all so that you can still see clearly if you need glasses, but the prism isn't messing with your eyes in the healing process. And the last thing that you're going to need in the first 24 hours is a life coach. It's going to be really hard emotionally. You got to be ready for that. And it's okay that it's hard. You will probably be really stressing about, did it work? People obsess over it. They constantly are looking, is it working? Are my eyes straight? Are they working together? Like, it's an obsession, right? It is not unique to you. It is across the board, all of us with strabismus. Those first few days, and I say 24 hours, but I would say at least the first month, can be really difficult emotionally. And I was so grateful to have, some options to help me with my mindset. I have a life coach that really helped me through the process. You can find a good book that helps you. Brene Brown, she's amazing, right? Read her book and be geared up, ready and knowing that, this is going to be hard, but you can do it. So that is what you can do. The first 24 hours, you're mostly going to want to sleep and be in the dark. So having a bunch of good ice packs, Kleenexes, and a dark room is going to be the main thing that you need. And this is the same for kids and adults. Seems like the kids recover a lot faster though. So if you want any more resources and want to know more about my journey and how I had success with surgery and vision therapy, head over to learn.strabismussolutions.com and I'll see you in the next video.